Hey, welcome guys. In this video we're doing a review of the Chamberlain MyQ Smart Garage Door Opener. Chamberlain said this will most likely work with any garage door opener that is manufactured at 1993 or later and has those door sensors on each side of your garage door where it detects motion so it'll open if anyone tries to run past it, for example. It's almost a guarantee it'll work with your garage door opener if those conditions are met. Now I was setting it up with my Android device and it did take a bit of a time because the setup process was a little bit slow to connect to my Wi-Fi router. I actually got a bit impatient and jumped the gun and screwed it up. I had to factory reset it and everything seems to be working well. All I had to do is be a bit patient. Now, Chamberlain claims that you'll be able to set this up in about 30 minutes. I have to say it's more closer to an hour, but even then, the setup is relatively easy. There are just a few major steps you have to go through. One is getting the garage door opener sensor to connect to your Wi-Fi network. The other one is connecting and pairing the gyroscope. You'll then be asked who manufactured your garage door opener. In my instance, I just happen to be Chamberlain. You'll then be asked the color of your learning button on your garage door opener. In some instances, depending on your model, you might have to actually open your garage door opener to find this color. Indicate which learning color button you have into the app. Go up to your garage door opener, press the learning button so it'll then be able to pair with the MyQ app. Once it's successfully synced with your garage door opener, it's going to tell you a warning that it's going to open and close your garage door in order to test it. At this point, you're just going to sit back and relax. It's going to continuously open and close your garage door opener a few times as it goes through a testing process. At this point, it's pretty much safe to say you're halfway done. The last thing to do is, of course, if you can find the right tool and not go up and down your ladder like me, is to actually mount the garage door sensor onto your garage ceiling. Now, Chamberlain indicates that you should have the MyQ Smart Garage Door Opener at minimum 2 feet away from your actual garage door opener. Make sure you have a strong Wi-Fi connection in your garage, because the way the MyQ sensor communicates with your cell phone, no matter where you are worldwide, even if you're on your 3G LTE data plan, you must have a strong Wi-Fi connection in your garage. The only thing required to keep the MyQ Chamberlain in place is a mounting bracket, and only 2 screws are required to hold this mounting bracket, which are actually included in the box. Now, if you don't have, say, a stud or drywall and you need something a bit more secure to hold it in place, MyQ actually included 2 anchors for those 2 screws out of the box as well, which is pretty convenient. You don't actually have to put this on the ceiling, you can actually put it on the wall if you want. Once that's done, you're going to actually wrap the extra slack wire around the bracket, plug it in, and it's pretty much secure in its spot. The last thing to do is to mount this little guy on your garage door, and there's a part that says top, and that's extremely important. The reason is because this is housing a gyroscope. It's basically telling the app if your garage door is horizontal or vertical. In other words, open or closed. So this is extremely important. You put it level and the top is actually facing the top. Inside, it uses this very tiny battery you can get from anywhere. And you have 2 holes to put the mounting screws on, which again is included out of the box. You don't actually have to use the mounting screws if you don't want to drill holes or screw into your garage door. They actually included some double-sided tape out of the box conveniently, so you have your choice of using screws or double-sided tape. Now, installing this little guy is actually really easy, and this is actually the last major step. Anything else you do after that is just configuring the app itself. Now, you can use this anywhere in the world, even if you're in a completely different country. In fact, the easiest way to test this, disconnect your Wi-Fi on your smartphone, turn on mobile data, you're on a different network automatically, so test it like that and it works just fine. The garage door sensor is pretty much installed, and at this point you're set to go and you're ready to use the app. Using the app is breeze. If the garage door symbol on the app is open, just tap on the garage door picture and in about 5 to 7 seconds it'll start closing. I noticed that closing it takes a bit longer. This is probably due to the warning beeps that you get, which I'm going to be demonstrating for you guys just now. Opening the garage door, on the other hand, is a lot faster. You pretty much tap the garage door symbol and it opens almost instantly. So let's take a listen to the beeping noises that occur when you're closing the garage door. Now, the reason I think this occurs is because you're controlling it from your cell phone. This is probably like a warning mechanism, so if there's any kids or if you're pulling in your driver, you're doing some sort of work in the garage, this is probably to warn you to be aware that the garage door is going to be opening and closing. Now, the MyQ app is actually available for iOS or Android. So the interface is really simple. The home screen is basically your places where you have different places set. I only have the garage door opener, so that's all I have. You can manage your account. You can also go to alerts and create new alerts for your various devices. Again, I only have the garage door opener, so that's the only option I have. You can actually set alerts to be pushed through certain times of the day when your garage door has been opened or closed, for how long, stuff like that. And you can go through your history, which is previous alerts that you might have had. So going back to the main screen, which is places again, from here you also have shortcuts to manage your places, or if you want to go back yet again, you can set alerts. It does work with other services like Nest Camera, Nest Thermostat, Wink, and Xfinity Home. Unfortunately, as of this date, it still doesn't work with IFTTT, if this then that. One thing to keep in mind is that if you have no internet at home, the MyQ app will have no idea. If you try to open or close the garage door, it'll try to do that command for about a minute before bugging out and causing an error. I do wish it was like the Nest Thermostat where it actually tells you that, hey, there's no internet at home, so nothing can be processed as a command. Now at $130 Canadian, which is a pretty fair price, you might be wondering, is it worth it? I mean, isn't it kind of pointless? Well, in some cases, yes and no. For me and my wife, it kind of made sense because we only got one garage door opener when we bought our house. Now, I could have bought a second one, but I figured why not do it this way because I'm a tech guy, so that makes sense for me. Now, what if you do a lot of walking and jogging in the evenings or whenever, but you don't want to carry your keys with you because they tend to rustle and juggle and jab you in your leg sometimes, but you tend to keep your smartphone with you? Well, here's the easy solution. So it does its purpose. The main things that I have a gripe against is that it doesn't have support for IFTTT, if this then that, as of today, as of this video, and of course it doesn't know the status of your internet if it's down. It doesn't even know what's going on. So minor cons, but a really good product. Now if you want to see more smart home video products, be sure to stay tuned throughout this summer as I'll have much more coming up and more throughout the future actually. Be sure to check out my Facebook, Google+, Twitter, Instagram links in the video description. Hit that like button, it does help, subscribe, and thanks for watching.